If you're using Monday.com, then I really hope you're using it to track your company's key metrics and KPIs. If you're not, then pay attention to this video. I'm going to show you exactly how you can set up a board and dashboards to track all of these key metrics. And if you need any help because you don't feel like either you have the time or the capability to do it on your own, feel free to reach out. We would be happy to help you set up these boards. My contact information is in the description below. I'm looking forward to meeting you. Being a business owner, I can say one of the most important things that I think everyone needs to track is their metrics. You need to know at all times where your company is holding. So this KPI metrics board is great for keeping track of all of your data. You can see here that I have a number of different dashboards, which are just really quick insights into what is going on in my company in terms of revenue, expenses, how many people visited my website, how many downloads I got, what my profit margin is. This is fully customized for anyone that depends on what information you want to track. Now, I do want to say that this example of showing you how to set up a board like this is something that's all done manually based on a board. However, this can all be automated. You have a number of options here. You either can automate it directly from another tool. So for example, if you want to automate Google Analytics, you can send your Google Analytics directly to Monday. Additionally, you can track this information in other boards and then just create these dashboards. So something that I do within my company is I have a separate revenue board and I have a separate board for expenses. And then I have my Monday version of a P&L statement, which is basically a Monday board that pulls data and all my key metrics from tons of other boards into one place. If that's something that you need help with, again, my contact information is in the description below, and we would be happy to help you set up a Monday version of a P&L statement. Now, jumping into this board, you can see that I have a number of dashboards, but it's all based on data within a board. The structure of the board is that each group is a year. So here you can see we have 2026. We have a date column, and then we have a number of number columns because, as I said, this information in this example is simply entered manually. However, you totally can automate it, like I said. Now, after the number columns, we have a few formula columns. So we have a profit column, which calculates the difference of revenue minus your expenses, and the profit margin, which calculates your profit margin. Now, once you enter all this information, you decide what metrics you want to build in. You need to build a dashboard. So here you can see that we have different kinds of widgets within the dashboard to show us the key information. I'm actually going to start from scratch and show you exactly how you can build out these dashboards. So I'm going to click a new view and I'm going to click customizable view. And you're going to see here, I actually can use AI to build some of these dashboards, which definitely will save me time. So if you want to test that out, I definitely recommend trying the AI widget creator. I'm going to show you manually so that way you know how to do it and you know how to edit it if you want. So I'm just going to go to add widget manually. The first type of widget that I'm going to show you is a numbers widget. So you can see here that this number is simply a number of some kind of unit that we want to track. So for this example, let's click on settings, and here we're going to track expenses. Let's say I want to see what my expenses were over the past year. Now we're in 2026. Let's say we want to look back at 2025 and understand what all of our expenses were. So first you can see that I chose the expense column. But I also want to choose from a specific group because remember, I want to filter it only to be 2025. So here I can choose 2025 and then I can customize it because I want to do a number and I can choose if I want a sum or average. I can decide how I want to calculate that information. Then once I do this, then I would just need to change the title and I would say expenses 2025. And there I have my first widget. These are really simple ways to just see key information. And again, you can always filter it based on what you want to see. Now, the next type of widget that I want to show you is a chart widget. These personally are my favorite widgets. So when you open a chart, you'll see that it automatically shows up like this. I do want to point out that the default color is blue. If you look here, all of the dashboards are blue, but something relatively new to Monday is the fact that you can change these colors. So I'll show you how to do that because that question always comes up. So now let's click on the three dots here and click on the settings. There's different chart types. So if you click here, you can see the different chart types. For right now, I'm just going to show you a bar chart. So let's say we want to see what our profit is every single month. So like month over month, we want to see what our profit is. Okay. So we have to have the X axis on the bottom, and we're just going to choose X axis. And for that, we're going to choose the date column, okay? And I can choose by month if I want. I have the option of doing quarter or year, but for this example, I'm going to use by month. So I want to see every single month, and then I need to choose what y-axis I want. Here we have count items, which is literally showing you the number of items on the board, which is not what we want. So we're going to unclick this, and we're going to go to profit. So now here you can see that I have this chart of how much profit I made per month, month over month. Now, there are a few things that you can do. I can change this to average. I can leave it as sum. I have those capabilities. I also can click on customize. Here, if I want, I can change the colors. Let's just say I want January to be green, and I want all the different, let's just go down to January 2026. I want it to be purple, so I can change that. I also can change the order of the columns, like where they're placed. For here, you probably would want them in month order, but you can decide like which way you want them. Now, I also have the options over here. Let's just show you some other options, is I can add a benchmark value. Like let's say I want my profit, my goal for, let's say for the month is that I want my profit to be $100,000. Okay. So here you can see that I've set this benchmark line. I can change the color, and then it kind of shows me when I get there. Like if we change this, let's say to 50,000. So here you can see, I can clearly see what months we went above our benchmark line. You can also add more benchmarks. So one thing that we do is every quarter, we have a benchmark of our profit and of our revenue. So that way we can keep track of what our goals are and where we are in relation to them. You also can choose which different groups, like maybe we only want to track 2025 or 2026, whatever it is. So we can track that. Now, this is the standard chart widget. I personally use this one all the time to see all my metrics over time because it's a great way. You can do by year, by quarter, like I showed you, or by month. Now, I want to show you a pie chart because I think this is another key one that people use. So again, I'm going back to the same chart widget, and I'm going to choose here a pie chart. Now you can see here that I have to choose what the values are. So here it's just counting the items. Maybe I want to say like website visitors. So here I can see based on the percentage, like when do I have the most percentage of website visitors? Like, okay, January 26 was the largest percent. But if you're looking at data and you want to see like maybe how things are divided between different products or how your expenses are divided, you can use a pie chart like this. The next widget that I want to show you is if I click on more widgets, is a gauge widget. So here, let me just move this over. Here I can actually set, it's kind of like the same thing as like having a target goal. So it's the same thing. You go into your settings, you decide what's your actual value and what are we tracking? Okay, so we're tracking website visitors, and then I can have a target value. Like maybe my target value is more. And here you can see based on the gauge where exactly we're holding. Again, there's different colors. You can change the color scheme. You could do it to match your branding, but that is how you have a gauge. Now I want to show you one more. And this is called a goals widget, which is very similar to the gauge. It's a similar concept. It's just a different way of viewing the information. So again, you can go and set your settings. Let's say my goal name is, to have my profit. And let's say I want my goal to be a few more zeros. I mean, that would be nice if 1 million is my profit. Let's just set for $100,000 for right now. And also we need to move this so that way it's set properly. Now, So here you can see that I've set my goal to be 100K. And now let's decide which column we want. Actually can't use a formula column for this widget, unfortunately. So here, we can do expenses just to show you. Here it's telling me I reached my expensive, which is not really a good metric, but you get the concept, you get this fun confetti all over, but you also have a goals widget, which helps you figure out where you are in relation to your goal. So overall, all of these different widgets are used within Monday.com to help build out powerful dashboards. This information should be used to help drive your business. Keep your information in Monday and then use these dashboards. You can also have them automatically sent to you on some kind of schedule, but I definitely recommend for every single business owner, it's worth it to take the time to set up these dashboards so that way you know exactly where your metrics are. And if you're just starting with Monday.com and need more help setting it up, there's a link above to a video with a beginner's tutorial all about Monday.com. Looking forward to seeing you at the next video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed this video, and remember to subscribe to receive tips and tricks on how to use Monday.com. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you soon.